We are in Kigoma district in western Tanzania. To the west is the DRC, just a boat ride from here. To the north, a short drive away, is Burundi. It was here in 1871, under the shade of a mango tree overlooking the shimmering lake, that after months of searching, Henry Morton Stanley finally met the greatest of all Victorian explorers and uttered those famous words, "Dr. Livingstone, I presume." Back then, ancient forests teeming with wildlife stretched as far as the eye could see, rising and rolling into mist. But since then, these forests have been leveled. This region is poverty-stricken, with a burgeoning population, augmented in recent years by a steady influx of refugees from Burundi and Congo. And the farmers have little choice but to exploit, slash and burn all that remains of the dwindling forest. According to Jackson Ruvamuwabo, Community Development Manager at Seed Change, the escalating demand for farmland is at least partly due to the poor crop varieties currently used by farmers.
They have been producing this natural palm oil, which is non-productive. And because of that, they have been moving here and there, looking for a new land.
Driven into increasingly isolated habitat fragments, the long-term survival prospects of iconic species such as chimpanzees looks precarious at best. However, according to Alex Chetkovich, the managing director at Seed Change, a certain variety of cash crop is poised to radically alter the face and fortunes of this region.
Palm oil is incredibly important to the global economy. It's in 50% of items on supermarket shelves all through the West, from shortbread to ice cream to shampoos and soaps. It's just in everything. Multi-million-dollar companies are looking for new frontiers of palm, and they're looking through the tropics, through plus or minus 10 degrees from the equator. And Kigoma, where palm trees are native, is right on that precipice, right on the forefront of expanding palm production.
The experience of Southeast Asia suggests that the expansion of monoculture oil palm plantations can be both socially and ecologically ruinous. Fierce criticism has been leveled against the industry for violating indigenous people's rights, intentionally igniting devastating wildfires, polluting soil, air and water, and destroying the habitat of endangered species such as orangutans. This begets the burning question: how can Africa learn from the mistakes of Southeast Asia? Alex Chetkovich.
It's so important that we put the right processes, the right safeguards in place so that the mistakes of Southeast Asia aren't repeated here. For local people in Kigoma who've farmed palm for hundreds of years, for generations going back, their land rights need to be protected, and the best way to protect those land rights is to make them a coherent producer base, which is of value to any large plantation that comes here. Numbers vary, but there's anywhere between 80 to 100,000 smallholder families producing palm oil in Kigoma. They can look at the smallholders who are productive, who have high yields, and go, it's actually worth us keeping them here. They can add to our production and we can integrate them into a wider value chain. Just up the road here we have Gombe Stream National Park, where the orangutan's cousin, the chimpanzees, live. And it's so critical that that valuable and fragile ecosystem and the chimpanzees who live outside the national park, of which there are still many hundreds, their ecosystems are protected through sustainable practices from the very beginning of an industry and not retrofitted separately, such as they're trying to do in Southeast Asia at the moment.
Improving the productivity of smallholders whilst protecting valuable ecosystems all sounds very well, but how can this be achieved in practice? Beatrice Fuchs, Executive Director at Seed Change, explains the two-pronged approach her organization is taking.
One, we want to increase the level of production on farms without it changing the land use in the area to protect forests. So we run a nursery where we grow high-yielding Tenera seedlings for a year and then distribute those to farmers. And then secondly, we run farmer training on environmental awareness, and we partner with the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil to prepare our farmers for sustainable certification, hopefully in the coming year.
According to Beatrice Fuchs, These seedlings allow farmers to produce over 1,000% more oil per unit land area, thereby drastically increasing household incomes without requiring any additional farmland. We met with Heger Hongo, Seed Change's nursery manager, who attests the benefits of Tenera over older varieties.
Kampuni ya Seed Change imeleta zao la michikichi ambayo aina ya Tenera kwa lengo la kubadilisha mbegu ambayo ilikuwepo zamani na kutupa mbegu ambayo inakuwa kwa muda mchache. Kwa hiyo wananchi wa mkoa wa Kigoma wakitumia hii mbegu baada ya muda mfupi watabadilika na maisha yao yatakuwa mazuri.
So who are the farmers standing to benefit from this new variety of oil palm? We traveled deep into rural Kigoma to meet with some of them.
Nategemea kuwa na maisha bora kupitia hili zao la michikichi. Namaanisha kwa sababu hili zao nimelipokea na kwa sababu jinsi ambavyo nimeliona najua kama nitaendelea na maisha mazuri. Ndio maana naendelea kulisupport hili zao la michikichi. Maisha bora, nitakuwa na nyumba ya kisasa, mtoto wangu ataenda kwenye masomo ya hali ya juu sana kupitia hili zao.
Moja kabisa na matazamio makubwa. Kwanza ukiangalia nyumba zenyewe za mazingira yangu nilio nazo ni nyumba ambazo hata mvua ikinyesha leo inanyesha ndani. Lakini naamini baada tu ya kuanza kuvuna zao hili, naamini nitaboresha kwanza maeneo nayo yaishi mimi. Lakini kubwa kabisa la msingi ni kuwasomesha watoto kuhakikisha kwamba wanakwenda kupata elimu ya kutosha ambayo itawasaidia baadaye.
Miche bora, maisha bora. A better seedling, a better life.
Of course, there is a whole raft of other controversial issues associated with the expansion of oil palm plantations not addressed here. For instance, the impact on food prices or on carbon emissions. However, when you see the grinding poverty in which people are living here, and indeed their farms encroaching onto primary forest, it's hard not to root for the guys at Seed Change. Their model can help farmers to prepare for the arrival of big agribusinesses and to build better lives for themselves without further denuding the landscape. It's initiatives like these which can serve to brighten the prospects of both vulnerable people and vulnerable wildlife. This is MoJo Velo reporting from Lake Tanganyika.